Shocks up, dashboard digital, I'm gliding. Organic plates, salmon over quinoa. Keep it authentic, everything you see raw.
Welcome back, everybody, to CV Hustle Season 3. And we're super excited to come back to you guys today with some of the best and brightest entrepreneurs here in the Coachella Valley. And today we got a real special guest, because today's special guest is a New York Times best-selling author, a restaurateur, and also a serial entrepreneur, Miss Allie Kingsley Baker. Thank you for joining the show today.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
I'm so excited to have you here. And, he was like, I got to do some research on her. And I was like, don't tell me anything. I don't want to know. I want to be surprised, So he was like, I go, just let it come out. And then I'll, yeah, exactly. So should we tell the story about how you ended up coming on the show?
Yeah,
You're
sure.
like, yeah.
No, of course.
All right.
I mean, that's how things happen.
Right, it's true.
Yeah.
It's serendipity. Yeah. So Bobby and I love Kiki's. So we went down there and we were just sitting there hanging out, and your husband came up and started talking to us. Of course, it's kind of nice to see if we're all enjoying our, our dinner and stuff. And I was like, keep the wine filled, please, or just bring the bottle. Yeah. And he just, so then we just started talking, and we have friends that I think you might know, Rachel and Joel and the Veraco Coffee. I don't know if you know them.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
No, we've met.
Okay. Yeah. So I started talking to him about that, saying, hey, I think, we might know some people in common, yada, yada. And then I said, would you and your wife ever consider coming on our show? We have a podcast. And people always look at us like, I don't know, But he was like, no. He goes, you know what? Forget me, my wife. You've got to have my wife on. She's awesome. And she has all of these things going on. She has a book. She's got, the restaurant here. She's got a ceramic studio or something like that. So I was like, all right, give me her info. So he gave it to me on a business card. And I swear it's been sitting on my desk with just right there. So I remember to call you, because I lose everything.
Same.
So
This is true.
So then I call her and I'm like, hey, all right.
So it was meant to be.
I totally meant
You
to
artists,
be. So
you artist folks connected
Yeah.
in an extra way. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
But.
So how did you end up here in the desert? And were you originally native here, or how did that happen?
No, my husband and I were living in LA, and we were new parents when the pandemic hit. And our adorable, sweet, safe neighborhood went to shit. It just got destroyed by protests, and the city has really fallen apart ever since. It just hasn't recovered. And half of our neighborhood burnt down. There was one day where I was like, do you smell smoke? And he looks on the balcony, and there are 3 police cars on our street on fire. And we were like, we need to leave. And it was during the time where everyone was leaving. We were in the city, so everyone's leaving the city and going to the suburbs. And people were getting, outbid on houses by like 150K cash.
Right.
It was
That's
crazy.
right.
So
It's a crazy real estate time.
you could
Anything.
not get a house. You couldn't move anywhere. And he was like, well, we could always move to the desert. And I'd only ever really been to Palm Springs for bachelorette parties and things like that. So I was like, we are not moving to the desert. I'm not moving to Palm Springs. And he was like, no, you don't understand. It's not like that. There's beautiful cities outside of Palm Springs that aren't so, party. And I just couldn't see it. But then one day he's like, let's just go for a drive. We drive into La Quinta, and I was like, we're home.
Oh.
So we found a
Wow.
house. We were like, this is it. And
Here you are.
We left 2 weeks later.
You know what? Seriously, you drive down Washington and it's gorgeous, right? You've got the freaking huge mountains in front of you, all those like palm trees.
It's lush. People don't realize it's not like sand and cactus. It looks like Hawaii in certain parts. It's so beautiful
That's
here.
true.
And like it's safe, and people are nice. And
Are you nice?
I'm not nice.
I mean, please. People are very nice here. We we were just used to a different speed, different attitude. And we were both working very Hollywood kind of jobs. And so we were in the fast lane. And then we came down here, and it was such a nice change of pace. And we were like, okay, we can breathe here. I can go on walks we had a stroller at the time. I can go on walks and I'm not afraid. Like, it's
Really?
a whole other lifestyle. Yeah.
Well, what the hell were you seeing in Hollywood that got you?
I mean, there were, especially right after the pandemic, it was just really bad. Lots of muggings and people on our street were getting like pistol whipped. I mean, it was really
Oh my
scary.
gosh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's time to get out of
It
town.
was time to get out of town.
Yeah.
We had some really scary stuff happen out there. So
Wow.
we were like,
Yeah,
Gotta
pistol
cut
whipping. It's
loose.
time to go, man.
time to go,
Yeah.
right? Like,
I'm gonna shoot to the desert, like my little,
Yeah.
like my little joke there.
I got it.
Yeah.
So pandemic brings you down here to the desert, but
Yeah.
before you came down here, you were kind of an established author.
Yeah.
You want to kind of speak to? I mean, you've had I think 14 books published at this point.
Yeah. 13.
Okay.
What?
Let's not go crazy.
I don't wanna
I
pre-
need some ideas.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Well, I wrote a book 20 years ago, and it was my own book, fiction, and I was lucky enough to have it published, which now that looking back, I'm like, how did I pull that off? But I did, and I started getting jobs after my book came out to do ghostwriting. My first book came out, and it did pretty well, especially for a no name. And at the time, we had Twitter, and I got a tweet. This is like 2012, I believe. I got a tweet from someone, and it said, "Hi, I am writing you on behalf of my friend who is looking for a ghostwriter to write a book about fashion. And I just read your book, and I think you'd be perfect."
Yeah.
And I had to Google. I didn't know what a ghostwriter was. And I was like, okay, well, that sounds like a cool job or a cool thing to do, because after my book came out, I didn't know what I was going to do with myself. And I said, sure thing. And I was living in New York at the time. And they said, well, where are you? I said, I'm in New York. And they go, where do you live? And I said, 77th in Lexington. And they were on, I think, 76th in Madison having brunch.
Oh
And
my
she
god.
said, come down and meet with us right then and there. So I went
Oh.
down, and it was Nikki Hilton.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Okay.
nice.
Was there, and like the nicest person on the planet. And we just started talking about ideas, and we designed her book on a napkin.
Wow.
And went through agents and publishers, and her book came out. And then after that, it was like boom, boom, boom. I just kept getting more work. And
Oh my
in the
God.
beginning, I was thinking like, okay, when this dies down, like, what am I going to do now? But it hasn't. It's been 20 years, and I'm doing 1 to 2 books every year. I
Oh,
have
wow.
3 books coming out this year.
Oh,
Um,
shit.
and then I'm booked through next year. So it's just been like a whirlwind
that's
and
awesome.
a lot of fun. I mean, depending who you're working with, of course, but for the most part, it's been really fun.
Okay, so a ghostwriter.
Yes.
Tell me what that means.
Okay. So I also got really lucky with Nikki, because typically when a celebrity hires somebody to write their book, they don't want anybody to know. It's a
Sure.
secret. They're like, I wrote this whole book by myself
Right.
because I'm
right.
that talented and I can do it all and da da da. Nikki was very cool, and she actually insisted that my name was on the title page.
Oh wow.
So I have actually never ghost written a book. After that, it sort of just set the bar where I say I want my name on the title page. Because I want the credit. I want to,
Well, yeah.
get more work from it. I would like to be able to talk about the fact that I'm proud of this project. So I've never actually been a ghostwriter. Now I'm more of a co-writer.
Oh,
It'll say like
nice.
celebrity's name with my name. So it's a lot of fun. It's cool to
So what was the
be able to
first
do
book
that.
about? What was the name?
My first book
Uh-huh.
was The Liar, the Bitch, and the Wardrobe.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
And
That's
it
fun.
was based on my 20s, my early 20s. I was a
Those are some good
photography
times.
major.
Oh no
And
shit.
yes, I
Oh.
really wanted to be a photographer, but I
Mm.
Meant to be
also,
here.
yeah,
Uh-huh.
my idol was this very famous photographer, and I was like, I'm going to work for him one day. I just knew. And I would like flip through his books, and I would like daydream about working with him. I'd actually daydream about working with him when I was in art school, and I'd put on Elton John. For some reason, the song Mona Lisa's Mad Hatters, that really made me feel like passionate about what I was going to do when I finally got this job, right? And I had no connections. We lived in Seattle. I didn't know anything about anything, but I saved up my money. I went to New York. I knocked on this guy's studio. I was like, "Hi, I want to
Wow,
be
you
your
did the whole
intern."
knock
Yeah,
on doors
and I
thing.
did,
Wow,
and it did.
that's
The
great.
door did not open.
It's
He
not
was
easy.
like, "No, I tried so many times, and I was just a kid. I was a nobody, and I knew nothing." Um, and then I left Seattle. I finished school. I moved down to LA, and I started hostessing at Euro Chow, which is a Mr. Chow restaurant that
Yeah.
was open for
Mhm.
a little while in Westwood. I was the hostess, and I saved up enough money to move to New York because I was going to work for this guy. Like there was no other option.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Okay.
And so
Ready or
I
not,
was,
here I come.
it's happening. So on my last night working at this restaurant, my car was packed. My money was saved up. I was going to drive across country and stay with my friend in his frat house at Columbia
Oh my God.
University.
Ew.
Yeah, gross. I did it before last night. It was not cool, but I was going to do whatever it took, right? And my last night at the restaurant, I finished my shift. I grabbed my bag. I go to open the front door, which was a no-no. You don't go out the front door, but I was like, it's my last night. Going
What
out
are they
the
going to
front door.
do?
Right.
So I
Yeah.
go out the front door. I open it. Someone from the outside holds it the rest of the way open. I look up. It's the photographer.
What the?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And I did like a spin around back inside, threw my bag under the host station. I was like, that's my freaking table.
Oh,
Nobody
totally.
touches that table.
Oh, yeah.
And I did.
Wow.
And I wasn't even a server, but I worked that table, and I worked it in there, and I was like, I'm actually moving to New York tonight. And he was like, that's great. And I was like, I'm going to work for you. And he goes, you are? Like, who are you? And I told him, I've spoken to this person and this person. I know your studio manager. And he was like, do they know you? And I said, no, not yet, but that's what I'm doing.
Nice.
And he was interesting. He was just
He
kind
didn't
of
call
like
the
dry
cops on
about
you,
it.
so that's
Didn't
good.
call the cops. But I'll never forget this. And this was forever ago. I was a baby. He took the last drink of his cocktail. He put it down. He goes, don't move to New York. You are way too kind for New York. They'll eat you alive. And I was about to be like, sorry, like that's my plan. And he goes, besides, I moved my studio to LA last week, and you start
Wow.
on Monday.
Oh wow. Are you kidding me?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
That's right.
That
Isn't
is,
that
that's a
crazy?
crazy story.
It's a
Oh my-
crazy story.
I
And
mean,
so,
talk about meant to be.
and my first job, music video for Elton John.
Oh, my
No
God.
way.
Swear to God.
No
Swear to God.
way.
And it was crazy. And I worked for him for a long time. Well, I held a record there. A long time there is 2 years, and I was there for 2 years. A long time's like 6 weeks because he's a terrible human being.
Well, I mean,
It was awful.
Yeah, yeah.
I had stuff thrown at me.
Oh my gosh.
My nickname was Ugly because I wore Uggs to work once.
Oh my
Once it
gosh.
happened. I mean, he was just like the meanest of the mean, and it was terrible. But
how much knowledge did you
but
get out of those
the
2 years, though?
experience,
Yeah.
I mean, I met everyone I ever worked with again after that. I mean, he is one of the top photographers in the world, and
God.
I got to work with absolutely every superstar, and we were on private planes and we were flying all over the place, and it was like something that you just don't
Dream
really
of, yeah.
experience, and it was amazing. And it was so bad though. It was really hard. It really working for somebody that treats you so poorly, especially when they're on a platform for you.
Yeah,
It really
it's tough.
it was tough. I mean, and I was a baby. I was like 23, and it was almost like he put his hand inside of me and turned off my light.
Oh.
I just wasn't the same, and it was really terrible. And when I left,
How did you leave? I want to know if it was slam the door in his face, flip
no,
him off.
my last
throw it-
night. So I made friends with a celebrity through him, a very famous woman, and she would call him and say, "Hey, can I borrow Allie today?" And once a week, I'd go hang out with her by a pool, and she'd be like, "This is your day off," because she knew. And we became really close. And
Wow.
one night after shooting all day and all night, he was really into drugs and really into all this stuff, and I think he had some mental stuff too. he got really upset with me because I didn't put you know how we used to have those portable phones in our house and they had to sit in the cradle just right
Yeah.
to
To charge,
charge?
yeah.
I didn't have it in just right. And he went to use his phone and it was dead. And he was so pissed off that he threw it at me. And it cracked me in the back of the head. And I was so upset
I
that I just
bet.
ran out of the house and I jumped in my car and I was driving home. And I remember thinking, I really was like, I'm done. And I
Yeah.
thought, not with him, with like life. And I saw, I was like timing the cars going on the highway the other way. And I was
Oh,
like,
shit.
I could just turn this wheel like
Oh,
my
my
gosh.
gosh.
once. And like I could just put all of this behind me. And I just like, it wasn't even that I wanted to die. It was like I wanted to be hurt. I was so dead
Well, you're
inside.
probably used to being hurt, right? You're just like,
Yeah, it
it's
was
just,
bad. And I called this celebrity and I told her, I'm in a really bad place. Like I'm thinking of, and she said, this is what you're going to do. You're going to go home, you're going to write him, and you're going to quit. And I said, well, what am I going to do? This is my dream. And this is there's nothing else. She was like, we'll figure it out in the morning, but
Yeah.
I got you. And so I went home and I quit and I started working for her. And, that was its own story. But then this all ties into writing because I just wasn't meant for that world. I just wasn't. I'm sensitive and morals and, the whole shebang. Like, that's a tough world to be in. And it's just, you got to have thick skin, but you also have to be a little bit crazy. And I'm not crazy enough, I think, to survive in that environment. So,
but if you were in New
yeah,
York, I mean, they always say like they're hardcore, not the
it's
friendliest.
different. They're honest. New Yorkers
Yeah.
will tell you to your face, you're a piece of shit. People in LA will be like, you're the best. And then they'll be like, she's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, LA's nicer, but not
Not
really.
really. No.
Oh.
Faker. They're
And
faker,
in
right?
New York, you're like, thank you very much.
right?
Like,
At least I know where I stand with people.
I
over
know where
there,
I stand.
you know?
You're not my people. That's
Yeah.
cool.
Uh-huh.
Let's keep it moving. But and I ended up moving to New York. So after all this stuff with the photographer and the celebrity, and I was so broken, and I started writing everything down. And I wrote it like a story. I wrote it in third person, the whole
Oh,
story.
nice.
And when I was done with it, I meant to give it to my family and my friends to explain what happened because my parents were so disappointed in me. Why would you leave your dream job? They had no idea. So I wrote it down and then I thought to get it, cleaned up and edited because I didn't want to give them some janky book.
Sure.
So I contacted an editor who worked for a publishing house, like a friend of a friend of a friend, and I offered them something like $200 to clean it up. And so he called me and he said, do not
Clean it up.
do not give this book away. This is like publisher worthy. And I was like, no, I'm not a writer. He was like, you're a writer. This is really good.
So you
my
didn't even
goodness.
intend to release that book, huh?
No.
That was just
No, and I never said any names. I didn't today. Like people that know me know,
Yeah.
who everybody is, but that wasn't my intention. It was just to tell a good story. Because around the same time The Devil Wears Prada came out, and I was like, that's so inspiring, but also like, shut up. That was nothing. You were like late running with coffee, like, oh no, you poor
Yeah.
dear. My story was 100 times worse. Like,
Oh my gosh.
what real assistants in the real world were dealing with, it's like, I knew people that had it so much worse than I did even. And like,
You know what? But like
was
when
my
you probably look
inspiration.
back at it now, like you think about just music artists, right? They get their
Yeah.
heart broken, they make like
Totally.
the best record, right? So
Yes.
you know what I mean? That
need that
Y-
pain.
yeah, you kinda
to-
need that.
That
pain
was
for
my
that
Taylor
creative
Swift
juices
era.
to flow. Yeah.
I can't sing like her, but I can write it down.
Yeah.
And it really healed me. And it also was like a big middle finger to the whole story. When it did come out, it was kind of cool. And the whole time it was happening, I was thinking, why is this happening to me? All I wanted was like my dreams to come true. I worked so hard to get here. Why is this happening? And then when I got the book deal and that became a thing, I was like, that's why this happened. And especially now I can look back
Yeah.
and be like, oh my gosh, I wouldn't have had a story to tell if I didn't go through all that. And then I wouldn't have put a book out.
Right.
And then I wouldn't have reached Nikki. And then I would have been put on this really cool path that's taken me all over the world and
Yeah.
and afforded me, you know,
All kinds of.
to take care of my family and everything. It's so cool.
Please tell me that you signed the book and sent him a copy.
Oh my gosh.
I totally would have done that.
Yeah, you
No,
would've.
I was,
You would have hand delivered that book.
Right? The PTSD is real. I had
Oh, okay, you're right.
nightmares that he would like come up to me. I always had nightmares that he would come up to me in like a restaurant or a hotel lobby or something. And it was always like very WWE. He would take a chair and crash it over my head because he's so mad at me.
Man.
If I saw him today, I think I'd melt into a puddle. And I'm like
Wow.
20 years
Freeze.
older. And I would like to think that I'd kick his ass. But like, I don't think so. I think like you see people like that from your past, and like I think I would die. I would pee in my pants, fall on the floor, and start convulsing 100%. Like,
So we're
still
gonna have to
afraid
get
of
you
him.
some.
You're like, and here he is.
No,
Special guest.
Move on over.
Uh-huh.
just carry some brass knuckles with you in your purse.
I mean, that's
what I
rings are
do.
really for. Nah, he wouldn't dare touch me today.
Damn right.
No.
But I mean, it got you, what, remember 13 books later and
Yeah.
going on 14,
No, it
15.
set me
so
on a path. It gave me another creative outlet. I love photography, but it's now just like something that I love, and I'll always have photography and I'll always love art. And that's always going to be part of my life. It's not my career, and that's okay. It really wasn't a fit for me.
It's like a hobby. It's a hobby you enjoy,
It's a hobby
and that's
for me,
great.
and
yeah.
I appreciate other people's,
Yeah.
work, and I just I'm able to do art in this new way
yeah,
that I didn't really know existed, and it got me there.
yeah.
So
The art
Yeah.
still flows. It's just a
That's
different,
right.
just a
Yeah.
different way of
different
output.
medium.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Totally. It's a
So
lot of fun.
taking you from your days, you're still an artist,
Yeah.
but then we're kind of bringing it back to how we kind of met you.
Yeah.
You guys come out here. How did you become a restaurateur from an author?
that's
I mean, what's
true.
that's
So
got to be another
first-
crazy story.
First, we moved here, and there were not a lot of places where I could bring my kids, because when we moved here years ago, there weren't a lot of options. Now there are.
Yeah,
But,
it's grown. for sure.
Everything was outdoors, especially in the summer. It was like, what
Ugh.
are we going to do with
Ugh.
these kids?
Yeah.
And there weren't a lot of options for them. So I thought, well, maybe we should open something. I was going to get an office to write from, but I thought, what if I just like open something that I can write from, but it's also a space? And I kept thinking, well, where would I want to have my kids?
Mm.
And I want to be one of those moms that does art projects at home with the kids,
Mhm.
but I also hate having a big mess. And I'm just not that mom. So I thought it would be really cool to have a place where you could go and let your kids be really messy and play with glitter and glue and scissors and go crazy, and leave the mess there. And I was like, that's it. So boom. And the perfect space opened up in the center where Jada Bugs is. It's a local
Oh my
kids
God.
clothing
Yeah.
boutique.
That's our
and
friend Heidi. She's
she's
got that.
the best.
She's
I
so
love Heidi.
funny.
So I told her my idea, and she said, I'm going to keep you in mind. If anything opens up, this is where you have to open it.
Mm.
And she called me like 2 weeks later, and she said, oh, the thrift bookstore is moving out. You need that space. And I was
Oh.
like, done. So I took it. We just like blew it out, and we opened it like a month later.
So where does the name come from?
So art major.
That's kind
My
of
grandfather was a crafter, and his name was Arthur Major. We called him Art.
I thought it was like a play on like college and
I know.
getting an art degree or something like that.
See
See,
what
I
I did
like
there?
I like that.
He
It's
was a
little-
crafter. Some of his pieces are actually at the studio. And so it really inspired me to do that. And he was a big give back person. So that's a huge element of our studio too. It's just, oh my gosh, it's my happy place. It's a lot of
Aw.
people's happy place. It's just, it was something that was really needed here. And it's grown to be such an essential part of the community. We have 2 locations outside of the
do?
States. Yeah, we have one in Louisville, Colorado by
Oh, wow.
Boulder. And we have another one outside of Seattle in Snoqualmie, Washington.
Oh wow!
We're hoping to build more and more. 'cause
So it's a
we-
franchise now, then, huh?
I mean, franchise one day, but right now I just kind of licensed it out.
Okay,
And was
There you
like,
go.
go for it.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a telltale good sign of a good idea if other people are wanting to
Yeah.
copy it and use your model to do it. So
It's awesome. And the cool thing is it's not expensive. So, um people don't need a huge nest egg to
No, they just
jump
need
into it.
all the like kind of the essentials to
The
make the art
essentials.
happen, right?
Absolutely.
Oh my
Yeah, it's not expensive to open one, it's not expensive to operate it. You don't need to be an artist, you don't need to be a teacher. You just need to love families, love kids, and love to be creative, and that's it, you know?
Okay, so I have to just tell you, this is another way I know we're supposed to connect.
Okay.
Our grandson's name is Major.
No way. Yeah. That's so cool.
I remember my daughter was like, I'm gonna name him Major, and I'm like, what? Major, like major pain in the ass? Or
That's
like,
amazing.
yeah,
Jeez.
I
his name's
love
Major. It's
Major.
a great name. Afterwards, I'm like,
great
it's such a
name.
great name. Yeah,
That is a really good name.
isn't that cool?
I love that.
Ah, I love it.
Yeah.
So how does
Thank you.
like that business run? Is it like a membership, or you just drop in and?
A lot of people ask for memberships. I haven't found one that really works. Instead, I'll do like a summer pass where you have an all access pass and you can come to any of our camps and you can come on the weekends. And if you're in town, that's your space, kind of like a gym. But what has been working better is, drop in on Saturdays for open crafting. That means you can come by anytime between 11 and 4. And we don't charge by the piece. So most places you go in and they're like, what do you want to make? And you're like, I'll make that vase, or I'll decorate that hat. And they'll be like, okay, it's $30 or whatever for you to do that one thing. But I didn't want that. So instead, ours is by the hour. $30
Oh,
for an
okay.
hour of crafting and creating. And we tell everybody when you come inside, this is now your art studio. Go ham. And we
Wow.
assist you with getting all the supplies, kind of like a restaurant. And you can go crazy. And if a kid comes in and wants to paint something and then wants to do a jewelry piece and then
Right.
wants to, decorate a purse, and then they could do whatever they want in the course of an hour.
So you have like so you have like a bunch of things to do
We
then,
have
right?
everything.
Like,
We have
oh,
everything. If I find something cool, it's going in the studio. I have a lot
nice.
of recycled materials, bottle caps,
You need
and
any tile?
things like that. Yeah.
Tile
Oh my gosh,
samples?
totally. Yeah, we
I
have people bringing us carpets. I mean, we've got everything. We can
Oh my
recycle
gosh.
and reuse everything.
I can't tell you how many times I've reached out to like nonprofits for that, and then I've
Yeah.
had some people come pick up, and the others like, so we just end up like tossing it
Yeah,
out. So
no.
you
So
could do some
cool.
fun stuff
And
with
something
it.
cool that you could do with kids is like put the tiles in a Ziploc bag, give them a hammer, let them go
Boom,
ham, break it up, and then we
Mhm.
can make a cool
little mosaic.
mosaic.
Did you
Teach 'em
hear
how to
about
do
that
that.
place down here that you can just bash stuff?
Is it
Oh,
down
is
here?
there
I
a
thought-
rage room here?
Yeah.
Yes. I've been waiting for a
What
rage
the
room.
hell? And I was like, that sounds pretty
That's down
fun.
here?
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
I've always wanted to go to one.
Gonna go rage against the machine.
Yes.
Well, no free publicity here, people. If you
Oh,
own,
sorry.
if you own the
Sorry.
rage room,
Oh,
contact
stop.
us.
Call
Right.
me.
I
Right.
was thinking, that's a good.
I'll do a trade.
So what's the best way? So if somebody's listening, they want to check out your studio.
Yeah,
Is
I
it
mean,
just
they could check us out
online?
online. It's artmajorstudio.com,
Okay.
or we're on Instagram. I'm pretty busy on there at Art Major Studios. Yeah, we're pretty easy to find.
Okay, and
Aw.
just drop
Yeah.
in appointments available,
We can
right?
drop in on Saturdays, and then our big thing is camp. So I like to say when school's out, we're in.
Oh yeah,
President's
summer.
Day, spring break, those
All of
weird
those.
holidays where it's like teacher
Yeah,
learn a new
yeah.
skill
The
day or
bullshit
whatever.
holiday, or yeah.
Yeah, like whatever it is, we're open because I'm a working mom. I still have to work and I can't with my kids in the house. So I get it. We're 9 to 2. A lot of places are 9 to 12 or whatever. I'm like, no, you need a full day. I got you.
Dang, you got a full
Yeah.
day. I'll drop them off all day. If I-
Totally. And they love it. They have so much fun. It's a really cute community of kids in there.
So if you don't like to clean up, who does?
Oh, it's like a restaurant. You make your mess and then we clean it up for you.
Oh, okay, okay.
We're destruction proof. We have, lots of vacuums for glitter and
Oh my
all
god,
the
I can only imagine. You
things.
probably go home when you're you got
covered.
glitter everywhere.
I always have paint somewhere on my body. Like always.
Oh
Yeah.
my god, that is hilarious.
So you doing the art? You're an
Yeah.
author. Now you're
Author,
an
and then we opened
entrepreneur,
the
right?
art studio,
Yeah.
and then one day it honestly was like the most spontaneous thing we'd ever done. We were in a pool with our friends and we were drinking. It was President's Day weekend.
These never work out, by the way.
What?
Boy, you're telling me.
I'm
No.
telling
And we were like just talking about businesses. And
Yeah.
I was like, I've always wanted to open a restaurant. I just feel like it'd be so fun to touch tables and be like,
Talk to people.
how's your food? Can I get you a drink? Like, I just thought that sounded
You're going
so
back to your
fun.
hostess days, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, I thought it'd be so fun. And our friends were like, yeah, we love restaurants. Let's go to restaurant. Let's go open a restaurant. I mean, and then cut to like a day later, I'm so hungover. And
Ugh,
my
that's
friend
the
is
worst.
sending me listings. I'm like, what are these? She's like, restaurants. I'm like, no.
That was just the wine
I
talking.
was like, yeah. First of all, those were the margs.
Uh-huh.
Second, I meant like when we're retired and we have FU money and we're just like, let's buy a restaurant.
Yeah,
you know?
let's go do something.
Right.
Let's go
fun.
do
Out of
something.
the-
Yeah, I did not. But then we found a spot and it just felt like right. So
No
Oh my
way.
gosh,
we
that's
bought a
crazy.
location. We gutted it. We rebuilt everything. We, brought in a chef, designed the menu and all of that. We did the whole thing and we did it quickly. And we opened and we thought, gosh, I hope people come. And then they came and we were
Yeah.
like, holy shit. We couldn't even get into our own restaurant.
Yeah.
It was
So are these
crazy.
like people that live here, so they're able to help with the work and that, or what?
we all pitched in and it was a lot of work.
Oh,
It
I
was a lot of
bet.
stress and it was
Yeah, I can imagine.
yeah, it was really good
Crazy.
until it's
That
we didn't
industry
expect
that
it
industry is crazy.
Oh
That
yeah, we heard it's
industry
Oh my
hardcore.
gosh.
is crazy.
Yes.
You've got people stealing from you.
Crazy.
You've got, it's like Vanderpump Rules up in there. Like this one's sleeping with that one who was dating this one and like they don't want to work together. They,
Oh
like
my
that
gosh.
industry is crazy. This
Yeah.
person's high. This person's drunk.
They
This
don't show up
person,
on
like,
time.
They don't
just,
show up. They just, we had,
Ugh.
and that's like messed up of me to say because we had
No,
really good
but-
people there. And the people who are there now, we clean up house. Let me tell you,
Yeah.
everyone who is there now is a rock star.
Yeah, for sure.
This was in the beginning when we didn't know what we were doing and we had to weed out a bunch of
Yeah,
people.
yeah.
But the people who are there crush. Before, it was very disappointing.
hard.
It was hard.
It's hard to
You lose a
open
little
restaurant.
hope in humanity
Yeah.
opening a
restaurant.
place like a restaurant. You do. And, we were kind of naive. Tony and I, my husband and I, we were like, we'll just be investors and we'll
I'll be a
because
ghost.
we don't know what we're doing.
A ghost
A ghost
investor.
Yeah,
investor.
right. Yeah,
No
right.
way, dude.
No
You
way.
have to be very hands-on because people will steal you blind.
Yeah.
The people you least expect too. And so
Well, let me ask you this, because
it's tough.
it's Italian, right? Or my
Yeah,
okay. So then,
yeah.
how did that? Why that?
my husband's Italian. The other owner was Italian.
Oh, so just
And we love Italian food.
Yeah.
And
Who
there
doesn't?
wasn't anywhere. There are good restaurants out here
Yeah.
for sure, but they weren't making their own pasta. We
Their own
wanted
bread. You
to-
guys make your own bread,
We make
right?
our own bread.
Oh my
we make
gosh.
everything, and
Focaccia.
everything is sourced locally or imported from Italy. And
yeah.
there's a lot of pride in it, and you can taste the difference.
Oh,
Yeah,
totally.
I mean,
totally.
it was so
Totally.
good. So the restaurant was a beast because we were thinking it'd be this little thing, but
Side project, and it turned into your whole
blew
life.
up, which is
Yeah.
great,
Yeah.
right? But it was way too much for us. I'm a full-time writer. Tony's got his projects full-time.
Yeah.
And we've always said we don't want to work at night and on the weekends because we want to be with our kids.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
young.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
That's not
They're
for
gonna
us.
they're gonna grow up like that.
like that.
Right?
That's not for us. So
Our boys are just
the initial our initial partners, they dipped out in April of last year. And then Jack, who owned the restaurant before we bought it, we kept him on for a small percent because he's been in the restaurant industry
Oh,
for
yeah.
a million years.
Yeah.
And he's local.
Need that
He
experience.
knows everything inside
Mhm.
and out about this industry. And he stayed on as a mentor because we were like, Jack, we're going to need your help.
yeah.
And then he had to come in a lot more as we were getting busier. And we're like, Jack, we need you. And then Tony and I had a really honest conversation one day, and we were like, this is not for us. It's a lot of fun, but it's also a lot of stress. And
Oh, yeah.
we don't like who we are right now because we're overdoing it.
You're-
We're
you're-
burning the
yeah.
candles at both
Yeah.
ends
Oh, yeah.
and the middle.
Yeah.
So we talked to Jack, and Jack was like, I'd be happy to take this over. He is a restaurateur
Oh my
to
God.
his core. He loves it, and he's good at it.
Oh, totally.
It's like that is his lane. And so we kind of handed it over to Jack, and we were like,
There you
good
go.
luck, bro.
We love you.
We love you. We're full supporters of you and everyone here because the staff there now is like family.
Oh yeah.
And so it's great. We just
Yeah.
went there a couple nights ago. We
Okay.
had an awesome dinner, and it was like going and seeing family.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And we're so happy. We're so proud of them.
Right.
They're
Okay,
crushing it.
I want to know who designed it because I love the striped, whatever. I love I
Yes.
love the olive trees.
Ambiance,
We
it's
love
very
all of
New
that.
York, so I'm assuming you had some
little
you
taste of
you had
Yeah.
a little something to do with that because
Well,
it's very New York in there.
Totally. I love art. Obviously, that's like my jam. So we did a lot of sourcing. Monique Lemon came in. She's a
Oh.
local designer.
I know who
And
she is.
she's
Design
great.
111. She shopped at my place.
Yes.
Yeah.
She is so talented and so
love
wonderful.
her.
And there were a lot of things I wanted to do that I was like, this will be so good. And Monique was like, no. Thank God, because she was right. And, she's obviously a designer and a pro because she knows best. And she did. I mean, she jazzed that place up, and she allowed us to really also put our own
2 cents
style
in
in
it,
there.
yeah.
I go to Misty's almost every weekend. I love it there so much. You should totally talk to Tyler. She is a gem. Misty's Consignments, I got so many amazing pieces from
Oh,
there.
that's the
And
best.
just filled
Oh.
the
It is
walls
a-
with these quirky, cool.
Very cool.
A lot
Very
of
cool.
stuff.
I don't feel that ambiance in any other restaurant around here, honestly. That's
Yeah.
why I think we go there a lot, is because it's
It's
a
fun.
beautiful place to sit down and
Yeah.
eat, and the food is great.
I
So-
go. I
Yeah.
go there because of the carpaccio.
Well, that too.
Ugh.
That
Yeah.
too.
So good.
I'm like, I need my own. Don't
Need
even
my
touch
fix.
this.
It's so
Mhm.
everything. And, I can say that because I don't own it anywhere, but like everything there is so good.
Everything. Yeah. Yeah.
The people who are there really care.
And it's pretty amazing that it just was an idea you guys had, and here it is. Like,
I
Oh my
mean, it
God.
just
big
goes
ol'
to show you, like, I'm a believer in the Elle Woods mantra.
Yeah.
Yes, it's like, it's hard. I mean, with anything, there are a lot of stupid business owners. There are a lot of stupid
Mhm.
people
Oh,
out there. And if they can do it and they can make it,
Yeah.
I'm not that dumb. I can make it too.
Sure.
That's exactly
you know,
why. Like I
it
started
just-
mine. I'm like, if
Yeah.
that dumbass can do it,
Yeah,
I definitely can do
absolutely.
it.
There are
Yeah.
a lot of really stupid, very successful people.
Absolutely. I
And,
run into them every day.
Right? And it's like, if they can do it, I can do it. Like it's
Mhm.
hard? I say that all the time, and it's true.
Mhm.
Right.
You just have to
Yeah.
have the passion, the desire, and
A little bit of money.
a little bit of money.
It helps.
But once it takes one thing to get you going, and then with Art Major, we didn't have a lot of money saved up. I really wanted to do it. I knew it would work. I got a
Yeah.
credit card with an intro APR that was very low, bought everything on it.
Nice.
And
Hmm.
then I figured, if this doesn't work, I can pay off this card,
Mm-hmm.
And be done with it.
and
Yeah.
I'd be, I'd lose it, but I'm not going to lose my house over it, and you have to take some risk. No risk,
Oh, for
no
sure.
reward.
Absolutely.
And my brother-in-law always says, no risk it, no biscuit, and it depends on the risk. So Art Major was low risk.
Yeah.
There was no risk, but it was low risk. I
Mhm.
only signed 3 years, and the rent isn't so much that if
Yeah.
I,
Nobody showed up
if I
tomorrow. You
screwed
could.
up,
Yeah.
it wasn't going to kill me. The restaurant,
Bigger
we were
risk,
like,
right?
we've done it before. We
my
could do
God,
it
that
again. That was high risk.
Yeah.
That was terrible. We had anxiety every night because everything was on our name. We signed on
Oh,
for
yeah.
the lease. We signed on
Yeah.
for all the equipment. We signed on for, and it was
Ugh.
just us. And it was terrifying because every weekend we were like, please make it over the line. Please make it over the line. Like, it was terrifying.
And we always hear like there's like no margin in food
No.
or like in the restaurant business, and it's like,
It's
what
hard.
the hell do people
Yeah.
do it for then? I mean,
It's
for the
hard.
love of
it has to be,
yeah. What is
it has to be for the love of the business.
yeah?
It has to be because, I'm not saying restaurants don't make money. They do.
Of course, yeah, but
But our restaurant, I'll be honest, our restaurant made a couple $1 million year
Yeah.
one. We made zero.
Mm-hmm. I believe it.
As with many
I believe
businesses,
Okay.
man.
I
Like
believe it.
millions of
pretty.
dollars went through that restaurant.
Yeah,
We made zero.
Ugh.
yeah. That's kind of a story with all startups. You
Yeah.
know, you always gotta
Yeah. It takes a
kind
while.
of plan for having a loss for the first couple of years just to
It's
get your
tough.
feet under you. You know, and
And
clean up
yeah.
stuff. You
And
know.
if you've got full-time jobs and you can't dedicate yourself, it's hard because at a certain point you're like, what am I doing this for? I'm killing myself.
Mhm.
And the anxiety of just like, we could lose our house if this
Oh, and I'm
doesn't
sure the
work.
hours too. Like, right? They're
Hours. It was
insane.
like, it was a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
When we signed that away, I cried a lot because it felt like a failure. I was really, I was like, gosh, and it had my kid's name on it. Kiki's my daughter.
Aw.
So it
Oh,
was
I can't believe I
emotional.
forgot to ask you about that.
Yeah. So I felt like I don't want to give my daughter's name to somebody else. And that is a huge thing. People ask me, what's the best business advice you have? It sounds like not a big deal, but I would never name my business after my child
Mm.
because, first of all, when things are going well, but somebody leaves you a bad review and they talk smack about your
You're like, oh,
business,
heck no.
you're like, that's my baby.
Yeah.
It has a
Yeah.
different feeling about it. Where
Yeah.
if they were like, we hate Paradiso,
Yeah,
I would
yeah.
have been like, well, sorry.
Sorry, yeah.
But when they're like, we hate Kiki's, you're like, oh, that
Hurts
crushes
a little
my
more.
soul.
Yeah, hurts a
And
little
especially
more.
when, it was time to let it go.
Yeah.
And it was really hard to let it go for that. But I
Right.
also, we built a little family there with like the hostess and
Sure.
the staff, the servers, the chef. Like they're our buddies.
Yeah.
And it really, I was like, oh, are we letting them down? It was hard,
Yeah.
but it took about 2 weeks. And after that, I mean, oh my
Freedom.
God.
No weight off your shoulders.
It was like smoking the biggest joint of freedom. It was
There
like a
you
freedom
go.
joint. It was like our shoulders were up here for like 2
Uh-huh.
years. And then all of a sudden it was like,
Ah.
oh. So, that was a hard lesson.
Yeah.
And
But it was I mean, it's a like, okay, I did that. That's it.
check. That was
Yeah,
a bucket
exactly.
list item.
Yeah.
We will never open another freedom
Right.
restaurant.
Aw,
But
well,
it was a bucket list item.
Yeah.
And, we ended up losing like 6 figures. Not a high, not a mid, like low 6.
Mm-hmm.
And at first we were like, oh, that hurts. But then I thought about it and I was like, all right, we learned so much.
Yeah.
Totally.
We basically just each got our masters in
Yeah.
business management, business development.
Mm-hmm.
There's your
like,
next book idea.
Yeah.
You can write a business.
We learned
a
so
business,
much.
how to
And
open a
Tony ended up
restaurant.
getting a great role that, a great position. And it was based on his experience at Kiki's.
Mhm.
So it really, everything happens for a reason. I believe in that. And I
Right.
think
Sure.
we just paid for our masters
Yeah.
at
And
Harvard.
and you got
so.
peace of mind. That's definitely worth a
Peace
lot,
of
right?
mind. I mean, oh my gosh, to get away scot-free from a business like that is a
Yeah.
miracle.
Right.
And thank God,
Yeah.
Well, I want to personally thank you for taking that risk, though, because you opened a damn good
Yeah,
restaurant
we
in
love
the
it.
valley.
right?
I mean,
I
that's
feel
one
like-
of the best restaurants in this
Yeah.
area. It
I-
still is.
You know what? I agree.
And
We are patrons.
you know,
and I
it's-
feel like you're welcome, Coachella
yeah,
Valley.
exactly.
You
Exactly.
know?
We all owe you
I
a
took
debt of
one for the
gratitude for
team.
that. Because it does bring a little piece of New York to the valley. You feel like you're
Yeah.
in a different. Like we brought a couple friends of ours that never been there a couple weeks ago. They're like, this doesn't seem like it's in the valley.
Right.
It's like we just
Yeah.
stepped into
It's
like
cool.
Yeah,
time
it's
portal
super
here.
cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
He wanted to go there for his birthday, and I'm like, our family's too goddamn
Too many
big. We'd have to
kids.
like rent out that whole thing. We're gonna have
Oh,
to,
yeah.
we'll have to come back another time, babe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So
yeah.
Yeah, but thank you for that.
Well, I mean,
we'll
thanks
give you
for
your
saying
flowers
that.
on air here. Thank you for doing
you.
that because
yeah, no, it
the
was
valley did need a
definitely a
place like
team
that.
effort. It
Yeah.
wasn't all me, but you know,
Yeah, you guys did an awesome job. It's a pretty
Well,
amazing
yeah.
story. Pretty amazing
yeah.
story.
And just for the record, I need to know the color of that teal in the women's bathroom.
Oh,
The
she's
paint?
obsessed
Oh, I
with it.
love
She's
get it
that
for
color.
you.
I
Yeah.
love that color. It's
She's
so
obsessed.
pretty.
That's a Monique question. I'll get
Thank
it for you.
Well, we're kind of running up against time here, but we always like to ask our entrepreneurs
Okay.
if there was, the next generation coming up that maybe wants to be an author or
Yeah.
a restaurateur or open a small art studio. What advice would you have to that person just starting out to kind of get going? And what would you tell that person?
My dad always told me in life and in business, go with your gut. And I can't stress that enough. Anytime I have not listened to my inner voice or that knot in my stomach and I went against it, I regretted it big time. And when I did, like with art major, people thought I was crazy. My parents were like, "What are you talking about?" Tony was like, "I believe in you, but I'm kind of nervous." My gut was like, "This is gonna work. This is gonna work," and it did, and it's amazing.
So
And
cool. I love
and
it.
it is like that with everything, and it's like that with books. When you're looking for somebody to collaborate with, it's kind of like dating. You either feel them and they feel you or not. And if you feel like, wow, this person's going to be really difficult to work with because they don't seem very kind or they're not really looking me in the eye or like, well, whatever it is that your inside voice is going, red flag, like listen to that. And don't always think things through with your brain. Close your eyes, lay down, sit in your car, go to a quiet place, and pay attention to how you feel when you think about that. If you get a job, say you have 2 job offers, right? Lay down, close your eyes, and think, okay, I just walked into this job and this is what I'm doing. Are you butterflies in the stomach or are you like heavy chest?
Yeah.
That's
Worried, anxious.
everything you need to know.
Wow.
Like, you got to listen to your body. You got to listen to your gut.
Wow. Spoken
Always.
like a true artist here.
Oh yeah, you do. You got
No wonder
to.
you guys like each other. That's something you would say.
It's
But
nice and flowery for you.
But you know what? I barely like. I'm as old as I am. I'm like a slow learner because I've always heard that, but like just probably up in the past couple like 2 years, I really go for it
Yeah.
and really listen because I'm like, oh God damn it, okay.
Yeah.
I got my head beat up against the wall a couple times where I'm like, all right, just do
Yeah.
it. So.
You have to like learn the hard way a few times.
Yeah, that's
Because
true.
you always look back and you think, oh, I knew better. I knew this was going to happen.
Sure.
And then you're like, next time you clock it and you're like, I'm going this way this time,
Yeah.
It's really important.
yeah. Well, some good advice, people. So take notice. Some real good advice. Season 3, we are starting off here with a bang. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
You
This
were
is
a
so
wealth of knowledge.
fun.
You're a star in our community, a rising star, I
cool.
think. And we appreciate you coming in.
Yeah, so nice to meet you. Thank you.
We'll have to meet at Kiki.
Definitely. Yeah, we'll take you up on that. So you guys found some value in that conversation. You guys know the routine. Like, subscribe, and follow. And we'll see you next time on CV Hustle.
Bread I break now comes with respect. Silk robe dragging on the marble floor. Breakfast in bed. Girl, bring me some more. Poached eggs with the truffle on the side.